And welcome back to the Crypto Hawk Show. We got a new crypto lined up. Caleb and Brown has a new crypto. It's an AI crypto. We're going to get into this one. It's Frasa, Freysa AI. And it's already hooked up with Coinbase. Not just selling it, but it's in base. So they actually are adopting this crypto, this is a brand new crypto. It's pretty new. It's only like at a penny. We're going to go over this today, and then we're going to go over a monster crypto, HBAR. We're going to discuss HBAR, and let's see what we got going on. HBAR is hooked up with EQTY Labs, and they have something called verifiable compute. We went over this back in December. They've made a lot of progress, and it's involving the Seal coin that we talked about a week ago. Seal coin is in this one right here. I got a 2-pager. All right. Okay. It took me a lot of hours last night, but I went over this. I took out all the important stuff that's interesting. There's a whole lot of shit. There's like 5-10 pages of stuff. I made it into about 2 pages. So we're going to go over this today. Both of these cryptos are interesting. One is a short deep dive. It's about a 1-pager, and the other one's a 2-pager. So that's what we got lined up for today. You see the first five people. I remember when I posted the show, 552 man was right there. He says good morning, and that was like a long time ago, 12 hours ago. Then we got Gunner, Thomas Cox, Christoph, Brian Edwards, MAB 1914. Then we got Wacky Stacky. Linda McKinney is here. Linda says, couldn't find a show for Sunday night. Didn't have one. Everybody made 15 times. Everybody made 1,500% gains Sunday morning. I'm fucking done. All right. We had a banger of a show Sunday morning. The crypto went up to 550%, and then it went down. And then it shot up to 700%. Oh, fuck yeah. And then it went down. And then it went up to 300%. Oh, nice. Yeah. And then somebody told me like 10 hours later, went up to 1,000% again. I'm not making no fucking PM show, man. Got me fucked up. Patrick Roberts, welcome to the 2024 Crypto Explosion. James Davison, welcome to the 2024 Crypto Explosion. Here, let me just look through these comments real quick. MK_P, welcome to the 2024 Crypto Explosion. MK_P says, YT keeps deleting my payment info. Been having to manually input membership payment. That's weird. Yeah, look, this channel is not going to automatically renew your payments. They're not going to make it as favorites. You're not going to get notified unless you check that shit. That's a standard thing. Let's go ahead, go to our phones. We're going to delete the YT phone app right now. This is going to help you. So let me do that here. So when you delete the YouTube app, you're going to keep subscription. Now we're going to reload it. And like, I got to do this because then it messes with my channel with you guys. Where it is. There it is. There's the YouTube. And don't allow notifications. Allow the camera, microphone. Okay, all hooked up. So that's what you have to do every now and then, probably once a week. Go ahead and delete that thing and reload it. And let me get into here. All right, my name's Crypto Hawk, not a financial advisor. No, not a crypto advisor. No. Do I know anything about trading? No. Can I advise you on crypto trading? No. If you do, you're the biggest dumb shit in the world. If you listen to anything on this show is designed to get you financially fucked up, okay? Me and Zoltar, that's my financial mentor. A fucking toy is what gives me financial advice. And then I give that to you. So you're hoping to become a millionaire based on what a fucking toy tells me. Congratulations. You won the biggest dumb shit of the year award. Everything on this show is not financial advice. It's extremely fucked up. Before every show, me and Zoltar, my main man, we snort coke. So we order it on Uber. The guy shows up. I pay $1,000 a day, and me and Zoltar snort the fuck out of that fat sack that is delivered to the house. We have fresh needles and syringes. We have a teaspoon and a lighter, and we get heroin, we liquefy it, we put it into a syringe, and we inject it. Everything on the show is totally drug induced. I'm just putting that out there. Now let's get into your financial advice. Anything I've ever posted, anything I've ever talked to anybody at the 500 member club, any kind of whatever, I've always been super fucking high. Somebody asked me, Crypto Hulk, is that disclaimer, do you put that out there because it helps you legally? Yeah, like when I put out this disclaimer that I snort coke and all this shit before a show, and you still do what I say and you get fucking wrecked, then in the courtroom we listen to the disclaimer, and the judge looks at you, and you just got the biggest dick growing out of your forehead, and the judge looks at you and be like, do you not listen? Case dismissed. That's how the shit works, okay? That's why I've done this for 5 fucking years. I'm admitting I'm always on fucking drugs and this and that, so any kind of post, whatever I give, that releases me of any kind of liability. Because I am always fucking high. So that's why I do that shit, okay? It's pretty easy to understand, but I guess that person didn't know. But if I'm telling you I'm super fucking high and da-da-da, and you still buy shit, and then you try to come back and come at me, like, when we go to court, bend over because you're getting the fucking hot beef injection, dude. And that's in the choo-choo Hershey Highway train. So let's get on with this. Mike Award. The Zoltar Snow Fund, don't stop him. Yeah, he's a madman. When he gets around a nice fat sack of coke, he's snorting like crazy. All right. Freedom Rings. Late fee. This time we'll accept you late. All right. Chris Guetta. I won't buy now. Let's look up Nile. Oh, it's still up 71%. Awesome. And then yesterday it hit like a good maybe 80%. Stayed up there for a while. Yeah, buddy. Okay, let's so Frasa. So we go to CoinGecko. We type in FREYSA. Frasa. We don't even need to complete the whole word with this one. There's really no fakes here. And then Frasa AI pops up, FAI. Then all you do is push the button. Bam, there you go. It's up 3%. That's the one we're getting into today. This is a new crypto. Caleb Brown has it. So go to Caleb Brown and buy this one. Now, what's interesting is Frasa AI is made by a company called Eternus. That's ETERNIS. Eternus AI. Frasa AI conducted its first major experiment. It was a game. Now, what's interesting is these cryptos, if they're AI, they have to like shock stress test them. And they had this game where participants were paid to send messages to persuade the AI to release a $47,000 prize, which had Ethereum as the prize. I personally don't think that's a prize. I think they gave away a pile of horse shit, but anyhow, a participant found and exploited a flaw in the AI's approve transfer function. This AI, so it's kind of like they made this AI, they allowed people to fuck with it, and they found a flaw, and then they fixed it. This is common that happens. So it doesn't mean that it's a garbage project because there's a flaw. That's why they have all these stress tests. They do that with regular crypto as well. They have hackathons or whatever it is. They're always trying to pay people to try to get into it. So this AI is integrated into Ethereum and the Ethereum smart contracts. Potential collaborations are with Axie Infinity and Decentraland. Now, what we got going on is a future-facing crypto. In March, FAI, which is the crypto, listed on Coinbase. A strategic partnership with Coinbase and the Base platform. So what we got here is an AI, and Coinbase has integrated this into their system. That's pretty remarkable right there. It's not like they're just selling it. They actually integrated this into Base. So right off the top, that's the reason this thing is 1 penny. So you're not going to find a ton of relationships with this. What I found is that you already got like one of the biggest crypto exchanges in the world partnered with BlackRock, the biggest financial. You got Coinbase that integrated this AI into Base, which is the Coinbase platform. And you're only dealing with Coinbase, who's partners with BlackRock, the biggest financial investment company in the world. I'm like, okay, sounds pretty good to me. So let's continue. Let's see. Hold on a minute. Frasa AI focuses on digital twins and sovereign agent systems bridging AI and blockchain. The team. So who are the people on this team? Well, one person is an ex-Ethereum hub built developer. So they help build Ethereum. Not a big deal, huh? And then you got an ex-CeeLo person there. You have an ex-Binance Labs developer there. Not too bad. This crypto's involved in Coinbase, but then you have somebody who used to work at Binance Labs as a developer working for this CeeLo Ethereum developer. Like, this project's got a couple of hot shots, and we're just not bragging about that. The co-founder is a PhD candidate in math and computer science at only Columbia University. That's not a big deal, Columbia University. Okay. The other co-founder has a PhD in computer science, only from Johns Hopkins University. That's not a big deal at all. He has a specialty in cryptography, privacy, and verifiable computation. Oh, shit. He also worked at Zcash. That's not a big deal at all, huh? And then Aztec. Ken Lee, the other person who's a founder, is a former director at Binance, educated at Harvard. Oh, well, that's not a big deal, Crypto Hulk. I went to community college and took a course in cooking. All right, no comment. Involved in, he was also the guy from Harvard. That's not a big deal. He was involved in major products. His name is Augustus. He has a PhD in theoretical physics. Oh, shit, I got 2 or 3 of those degrees already. And he went to Oxford. That's not a big deal whatsoever. His specialty is in machine learning and software applications. Well, I took electrical engineering. That means, well, I'm a janitor. But hey, Coinbase and their base blockchain is involved here. That's definitely not a big deal at all. BlackRock is partnered with this Coinbase project. And again, it's not a big deal to have the biggest financial company in the world involved in your project. That's definitely not a big deal. Frasa AI is focused on building attribute-based infrastructure for AI with an emphasis on trust, digital ID, and secure computation. So that is your brand new crypto for today. Let me check the comments in here. Now that's at Caleb and Brown. They just got it in at 1 penny. So for those of you that just want to get hooked up with maybe a couple smart people and probably one of the biggest exchanges in the world with the biggest financial company in the world, might want to look into that one, okay? Disabled XRP, late fee plus Zoltar didn't drop off my wake-up powder. Oh, well, because he snorted it all. He was a little bastard today. I didn't get that much coke to snort. Zoltar grabbed that bag from the Uber driver and snorted about 3/4 of it. Those gypsies. Alrighty then. I'm just looking through the comments real quick. Now we're going to get into Zoltar stole my 8-ball. Oh my God. I'm mad I took out Nile earlier than I wanted. Was scared about the whale. Hey, you know, when you guys invested in that one Sunday morning, look, I always try to be as careful as possible when I invest. I did not invest in this. I have a certain company that might happen to be a certain sponsor of the show, and they're like they don't really like me pumping and dumping, so I can't really do that. Except once in a while, they told me I can do it. That's when I get the green light, and I'm going in large. When I go into something, they're like, "Yeah, we can't really have you do that all the time," and I'm like, "Fuck." So I would say 90% of the cryptos that we go over on the show, I can't really. I mean, if it's at Caleb Brown and I got some money or whatever, yeah, I'm gonna buy it and stuff. But I'm not really like allowed to pump and dump. I'm like, fuck. But I'm gonna let at least you guys benefit from information. Whether you pump and dump, that's not the intention of the show. But I'm gonna show you what cryptos are very cool, and then whatever you do after that. But I looked into Nile, me and a friend or two. I looked at the information that I'm good at discovering, and my friend did a more forensic, technical deep dive and found out about the whale developer that dumps Nile every time somebody gets in. Well, yesterday, I think the developer guy was asleep and he wasn't dumping on us until we got up to 550%. And then he dumped it. Maybe some of you guys dumped it. I'm not sure. Maybe it wasn't the developer. I was kind of shocked he let it get up to 550%. Then it dumped, but then it came back from life support to 700%. I was like, son of a bitch. And then it hit 700%-ish, and then it dumped. But then it came back again for a third time, and it went up to about 350%. And I'm like, son of a bitch. Man, just when you think it's over, this crypto just keeps going up. So potentially you could have made a 15x yesterday had you had some guts and cojones, cojones en la pantalones. Yeah, you could have made out pretty good there, buddy. Now I know a lot of people dumped it like 500 and walked away, but then it came back for 1,000% more. Oh, you fucked up. You could have made a lot. So the rule is get in early with crypto Hulk shit, because man, you could have came in, dumped it at 500%, and then you start seeing it go back up 10, 20, 30, 100, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 700. You could have got in again. But no, you missed out. You weren't watching Crypto Hulk. You weren't a $500 member. You could have, okay, I know members that made thousands on this one. I know one of the $500 people said I put in $500. When I made 2,500, I pulled out. I'm like, congratulations. So, but then he's like, fuck, then I missed the other 1,000%. Oh shit. Yeah. You could have made another 5,000, but you could have made $7,500 easy on that one. But you got scaredy cat. So look, you never know. That crypto that me and my friend deep dived, it was obvious there's a developer. See, the crypto that is getting dumped is not coming from an exchange. Oh, the crypto that guy is dumping doesn't come from an exchange. Well, where is he getting it, Crypto Hulk? It's a developer. Oh shit, and he owns 93% of all of that crypto. And when he sees the price going up, this guy dumps it. So me and my friend who discovered this, were like, okay, because we looked at the dumps on this, and all 93% of them come from one wallet. So I'm like, oh man. So my friend's like, I don't think you should put this one on your show. And I was kind of thinking the same thing, like, fuck. But then I said, then I told my friend, hey, you know what? What if I tell everybody it's a developer, you're going to get dumped on. So if you want to buy it because this crypto is going to be fucking massive. But remember, a developer is going to dump. So it might not be like right now, but eventually this guy's going to dump it. So I was really hesitant about even doing the show. Because and that's for show. But I don't like doing dump shit, you know? I don't like doing dump shit. But I just said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to do the show. And I gave a really good disclaimer. Told you that you're going to get dumped on by a developer, which is because I looked at this. So that's why I didn't come out right away and tell you. I didn't tell you what crypto this was right away because I wanted to kind of let you know what's going to happen. Well, I guess the guy was asleep because that motherfucking crypto went up to 500% plus, dumped, shot back up to 700%, dumped, went up to 300 and something percent, dumped, and then still went back up after that over some time. So I was pretty shocked. Me and my friend were, because we were looking at the chart and this guy fucking dumps every single thing. So maybe it was, I don't know, maybe the guy watches the show and he notices how important you guys are and he wanted you guys to have crazy gains. So I don't know, whatever it was, if you are a good investor, you pulled off at least 10x on that last one. It was a 15x crypto. So here's how you know if you're in the 500 club and you got 10x, you're a pretty advanced investor. If you got like under 10x, you're like rookie level. But if you hit 10x on the 15x, that's pretty good. That's, you know, you got some guts. You know how to time shit. If you got 15x, you're a fucking champ. Not a chimp, but a champ. So congrats to all of you that made money on that. Team MJPX says, yes, sir. You're honestly got everyone paid. Well, you know what? I don't get people paid or wrecked. I just provide information, right? That's why I told a brand new $500 club member the other day. This isn't an investing channel. What you decide to do with the information, that's up to you. I try to show good cryptos on this channel. I do my best due diligence with a friend sometimes, and I look at a crypto a certain way, and then I run it by my friend. He looks at it from the technical angle, and of course he gets in on it. Like if he looks at it, it's like, oh shit, this one's good. Of course he's going to get in on it right there. Even before me, most of the time I don't invest in 90% of the shit I talk about. But I try to look at a crypto, and when I present them on the channel, it's something that if I had the money, I would invest in. I got in on the Seal Coin, Bank Social. There's another one I forgot in there. The sauce one I still hold. So I haven't sold it. I did a couple tests. I wanted to make sure Seal Coin was legit. So I sold off about 7 of them. I own about 500 of them, and I sold off about 7. I tried to like test. So I wanted to make sure it wasn't a honeypot, you know, because they can do that shit, right? You know, they can reprogram a crypto or whatever it is. So I wanted to make sure. And I guess they could do that at any point if they wanted to, but I just wanted to make sure it was movable, like I could move it, and it was. So I got those 3 locked in. All right. David Marcook, thanks for all the advice. I'll be in the 500 members club this week. You're the best at Hulk. We're all going to be rich at ASF. God bless you. All right, now we're going to get into, wait, hold on a minute. We're going to get into a massive crypto. I'm just here for the roofies, says Cloud_99. Hey, me too. Zoltar, I think, swallowed all of them. So, fuck, that guy. Don't turn your back. If you got drugs on the table and Zoltar's sitting next to you, keep your eye on him. All right. We're going to discuss a crypto that you're not going to bump. You're not going to pump this one. I'm going to go to Caleb Brown really quick. I want to look at my crypto amount's been going up. It's probably just a pump or whatever, short term, I'm sure. Let me look. Hold on. But it was like going up last night where it's hit record numbers. I'm like, oh shit, I've never had this much in my account. Like the value of my crypto just keeps going up. It's amazing. Let me look. Oh man, I'll tell you what. So last night, okay, Telcoin is up 17%. Oh my god, this is fun. This is really fun. The Root network, that shit's up 11%. Last night when I looked, it was Hedera and it was up like fucking 25%. Now, I was tempted to sell off Hedera, and I should have, and then bought it back this morning. I should have bought the dip. But I looked at Hedera last night, and it was 25% in the green. Oh, man. And I'm like, fuck, I could sell this shit right now and then buy it back in the morning, and make 20% more for free. But fuck. I'm just like the type where when I buy something that I really like, I guess I'm emotionally attached to Hedera, but my biggest holdings are Hedera and the Kyber Network Crystal. Kyber Crystal. Those are my top two. And it's like, I got a pretty good chunk of change in both of them. And it's like, yeah, I could have made, I'm not going to say how much last night. I mean, this morning, come in and buy it back. It's just my thing. I don't know. I don't want to lose it. I know what the value of HBAR is, and I need to get going with this show. But Telcoin is up 17%. I mean, now what I would do if I was a trader, I would sell off Telcoin, wait for it to dump back down to zero, and then go in and buy it back up and get more. It's just, I don't know. I just don't really like doing that. But anytime you see like 25%, fuck, it means sell it and then wait and then buy it back. That's what it means. Telcoin is one of those where, like right now, okay, we'll just be honest. If you got Telcoin, it would be smart. I would tell my friend, not you, to sell off Telcoin now, wait for it to dump, and then buy it back. And then you just got 20% for free. You got 20% more for free. Just saying. All right. I've got a big crypto right here, HBAR. And 50 to 70, you don't need, look, if you got 25% up, you pay a fee at Caleb Brown, you're still up 20%. By the time you pay fees and shit, you're up 20%. That's good. Look, don't look for, oh man, I got to be up a super high. No, you take 25% this week, 2 or 3 weeks from now, another 25. Eventually, you're at 100%. You got in like a month or two, you just doubled your whole stack at 25% takes. So Me personally, I'm like the scaredy cat investor. The shit that I buy, I don't want to lose. And I know everyone's like, oh, Stellar went up or whatever. I don't fucking care. You know, someone's like, oh, I bet you regret selling Stellar. No, I don't. I don't regret anything I do. Because the other day, this one's up 25%, and this other one's that shit don't matter to me. Like, it's funny. Someone's like, oh, yeah, I bet you regret selling Stellar. I don't regret selling Stellar. I got XRP. What the fuck do I regret Stellar? So Stellar's doing a little pump. So fucking what? Like, that doesn't mean shit to me. Some of these comments, man. All right. Now, back in December, there was news with HBAR and Equity Labs. So let me get into this one. EQTY, that's Equity Labs, has something called verifiable compute. It's a project that brings trust. Now, this is massive. We're going to go over HBAR. It's going to talk about Seals Q. I'm sorry, but it's going to discuss how Seals Q is involved in this. It doesn't mention its name, but it also is going to talk about the Seal coin that you and me both got when we discussed it on the show. The Seal coin is involved in this. This is so huge. You've got governments involved in HBAR. You've got defense industry involved in it. This is so massive. I'm glad I have HBAR and the Kyber Crystal at Caleb and Brown. You can buy both of those at Caleb and Brown. I'm glad those are my top two holdings. You got Equity Labs verifiable compute brings trust to AI with Hedera. The new transformative solution addresses a critical need in the AI industry for trust and verifications, particularly as autonomous AI agents become more prevalent. The solution is a hardware-based. So when I hear hardware-based, that's when I start thinking about Seals Q. The solution is a hardware-based cryptographic AI notary and certificate system, ensuring explainability, accountability, and security of AI training. So they're training AI. It has inference and benchmarking at runtime. This can isolate sensitive AI operations and create tamper-proof records of every data object and code computed in AI training and inference. This will set a new standard. Here we go. This will set a new standard for enterprise AI governance. It will utilize Web3 and AI. Now, verifiable compute is a hardware-based solution aimed at enhancing trust and transparency in AI systems. Hedera is a public, decentralized network. Now, when it says public, that means it's working with governments, all right? Hedera is a public, decentralized network utilizing a hash graph consensus mechanism different than the traditional blockchain tech. You got Google, IBM, Boeing, LG, Dell. These are just a few of the 20 partners that are in this project. The Hedera Foundation and the Hedera Governing Council are formed in Switzerland. Very interesting. Why is all this stuff controlled in Switzerland? Are you seeing this? It's almost as if this shit is made in America, but always headquartered somehow in Switzerland. Zug, Switzerland. So let me tell you why. It's because the rich people, the top 5 families that I've been telling you about for 5 years, the top 5 families are running shit. That's why. In May, so remember, the article that we read this in was December of 2024. I went over this on the show. Now in May, like a couple months ago, 2025, the Hedera Foundation was formerly called, was used to called the HBAR Foundation. So it used to be called the HBAR Foundation. Then they changed the name to the Hedera Foundation. It's partnered with So you've got HBAR is hooked up with finance companies, healthcare companies, and the public sector, as well as the defense industry. Yes. It is incorporating the Web3 and AI. Now, what's interesting is Accenture. The company called Accenture, Accenture. Accenture is like one of the world's biggest payment organizations. They're partners with HBAR. And why is that important? Because, well, Accenture is like a Ripple customer. Very interesting. Now, we know that Ripple is a partner of HBAR, along with Chainlink, along with Algorand. So it makes sense that if Ripple's a partner with HBAR, you got Accenture, one of the world's biggest payment companies, working on this project right here. Now in July 10th, so about 3 days ago, verifiable compute deployed on the Blackwell platform. Now, Nvidia, not a big deal, but Nvidia, the world's biggest microchip maker, they're involved in this project as well, but that's not a big deal. Now, Nvidia has a platform called Blackwell, and they're mixed in with Hedera. Like, I'll tell you what, for 23 cents or whatever Hedera is, it's the biggest fucking deal. Who else is involved in this? Something called Scan UK, SCAN, Scan UK, and Accenture are involved. Accenture's public sector is involved. Now, what does that mean? The Accenture's government department is involved in this. Oh, man. Yeah. Also, Nvidia has something called confidential compute. I think we kind of know where this is going. 3-letter agencies, right? So Nvidia has confidential compute involved in this. Oh, and Intel is involved in this as well. That's not a big deal. They have trusted execution environment along with Hedera's token service. Oh, wait, Crypto Hulk. Hedera's token service is involved in this? Yeah, the TKS, Seal Coin, the one that we invested in that no other channel on the planet did. Yeah, that token. Okay, where you get it on the Hashgraph wallet, the Hedera the token service. Yeah, Hedera token service. That's the crypto we got last week. And the update was just a few days ago. They implemented the fucking token that we bought. That's not a big deal, though, to you, right? Okay. Let's continue. Damn, Crypto Hulk. I'm sure glad I'm on this channel. I like staying ahead of things, Crypto Hulk. It's worth the $5 membership that I got every month. I'm sure glad I didn't waste my $5 a month. The Seal coin that we bought will power the Seal coin Tiat. Now, there's more than one Seal coin. We bought the Hedera token system one. Nice move, Crypto Hulk. Thank you very much. I got around 500 of those personally. But there's another Seal coin that's going to come out. They're going to make 13 billion of them. The crypto that we bought, they're only going to make 650,000. The Tiat's going to come out, and everybody's going to be like, oh, HBAR's got a new crypto. It's called the Tiat. Yeah, that's good. There's only 13 billion of those, right? Enough for everybody on the planet. The crypto we got, 650,000, and I own 500 of them. So, excuse me. The public sector, which is governments, the public sector are involved in pilots right now running starting in May of 2025. So the the EQTY Labs public rollout is happening right now. So what we're discussing here is HBAR. We're discussing HBAR, who's working with Equity Labs. They have a project called Verifiable Compute. All these companies are involved in this. Actually, the most important companies are involved in this. They're doing trials right now as we speak. Of course, they're using the seal coin that we bought. Nvidia is involved in this, the world's biggest microchip maker. And they have something called the Blackwell Project, and they're rolling it out right now. That's involved in what we're discussing here. Nvidia Blackwell Project platform, it supports verifiable compute, which is a secure AI solution by Equity Labs. There's very heavy government involved in this project. So when you and me got the seal coin, HBAR, and all these things, this is heavy government involvement in this project. Like defense industry stuff. Nvidia's venture capital arm, it's called N Ventures. It has invested in AI startup Equity Labs. Verifiable Compute supports fintech by ensuring auditable AI for fraud detection and credit scoring. Now, Accenture is in this project again. It's a key player. Accenture is testing their governments and the defense sector. Oh my God, I'm glad I got involved in this project. This will boost Web3 and DeFi AI adoption. Now, Equity Labs. Now, here's what I found. This is the last part, and then I think we're pretty much done. Equity Labs, I did a little deep dive on Equity Labs. Now, all the founders, the founders of Equity Labs is like a ghost. They're hiding it. Further, Ventures and ADQ. Okay, now they do have venture capital. So there's a company called Further Ventures and another company called ADQ. They are financially involved in this. I did a little discovery on who are the two companies here that are putting money into this verifiable compute. Let's look at these two companies really quick. As I suspected when I was going through my research, I felt that you got a company called Equity Labs. We don't really even know who works for there. So something was telling me it's got to be government connections. And I was right. ADQ definitely has government ties. ADQ stands for Abu Dhabi. There we go. Abu Dhabi, Ripple partner. The country of Abu Dhabi made deals with Ripple. Abu Dhabi Development Holding Company. When you see holding company, that means they're trying to hide. The ADQ is a state-owned sovereign wealth fund. So the government of Abu Dhabi is invested in this project. Now, what's interesting, I want you to listen to this. This is very interesting here. The only name we have for Equity Labs, this one is, his name is Jonathan Doughton. Jonathan Doughton. Now, when somebody dies and they don't know the name, they call him a John Doe. Correct? Yes, correct. John Doe. What's this guy's name? Jonathan Doughton. John Doe. It's a dead name. I love it. This is fucking classic. You've got Equity Labs. They don't got anybody listed at all as a developer. It's a fucking ghost company. You got the Abu Dhabi government invested in this, and the only person's name we have is John Doe. Like, come on, man. We already know what this is. It's a government project. My name's Crypto Hulk. I'll see you in my next program. It'll probably be tonight at about 5 o'clock p.m. I'll see you then.